You ever feel like the dark isn't empty? Like it's holding something back, waiting for you to notice? That's where this starts. I didn't scream, not at first. But inside, I was screaming from the moment I stepped into that place. But before you learn my dark secret, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell, and hit that like button, and get ready to listen to the nightmare. My name's Mara. I used to be an artist. Used to think I could paint my way out of anything. Fear, exhaustion, nightmares. But not this. Not her. This isn't some spooky tale I dreamed up to scare you. This happened to me. And it started with a sound, a tap, 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 like something clawing its way into my life. It was last November, cold, gray, the kind of month that feels like it's rotting around you. I hadn't slept in weeks. Insomnia had me by the throat, turning my days into a haze and my nights into something else. I'd sit up, sketching, frantic lines, twisted shapes, eyes that stared back from the canvas like they knew me. My old place was too expensive, rent spiked, and I was out. So I found this loft. Cheap. Suspiciously cheap. A crumbling building on the edge of town, all sagging beams and walls that wept damp stains. The landlord barely looked at me, just shoved a key in my hand and rasped, "Don't make trouble up there." I didn't ask questions. I was too tired, too desperate. Desperate. That's a word I'd come to know too well. The attic was at the top of a staircase, so narrow it felt like the walls were swallowing me whole. Each step creaked, loud and sharp, like a warning I didn't heed. When I pushed the door open, the air hit me, thick, sour, this moldy stench that coated my tongue like something had crawled in there to die years ago. The ceiling slanted low, beams overhead groaning with every gust outside, like they were alive and restless. A cracked skylight lit in this weak, gray light, casting long, jagged shadows that didn't quite match the room. And in the corner, that trapdoor. Small, square, nailed shut with rusty spikes driven deep into the wood. No handle, no visible hinges, just boards, sealed tight, like someone wanted it forgotten. I called the landlord about it later, voice shaking over the static of the line. He went quiet, too quiet, then said, "Don't touch it. It don't lead nowhere." His tone, it was off. Scared, almost. I should have pressed him. Should have packed up right then. But I didn't. I held up my easel, my paints, a stained mattress. Set up in the middle of the room, as far from that corner as I could manage. Told myself it was fine, just an old attic, nothing to lose sleep over. Sleep. Like that was ever an option. The first night, I heard it. A tap. Soft, careful, like a fingertip testing the wood. From under the floor. I sat up, heart slamming against my ribs, eyes darting to the trapdoor. It stopped. I held my breath, waiting, ears straining in the dark. Nothing. Just the beams creaking overhead, slow and mournful, like a lullaby gone wrong. I told myself it was pipes. Old buildings make noise, right? They settle, they groan. But then it came again. Tap, tap, tap. Steady, patient, like it was counting me down. I didn't sleep. Couldn't. Just sat there, knees pulled tight, staring at that corner till the skylight turned pale with dawn. Days dragged on like that. I paint, smearing colors across canvas, reds bleeding into blacks, trying to drown out the static in my head. But the attic, it wouldn't let me go. The air grew heavier every day, pressing on my chest like a hand I couldn't shake off. The beams overhead moaned constantly now, a low, rhythmic drone that burned into my skull. And sometimes I'd hear rustling. Faint, dry, like dead leaves skittering across the floor below me. I'd freeze, eyes darting around, expecting something, anything, to move. But it was always nothing. Just that trapdoor, squat and silent, its nails catching the light like dull, watching eyes. I started sketching it, couldn't help it. The rough grain of the wood, the way the shadows seemed to cling to it, thicker than they should have been. Every stroke felt wrong, like I was feeding it somehow. Then things started moving. My brushes, I'd leave them lined up on the easel, neat and orderly, and I'd come back to find them scattered. Bristles bent, handles chipped, like they'd been thrown. I blamed myself at first, shaky hands, no sleep, clumsy mistakes. But one night, I heard it happen. I was half dozing, slumped on the mattress, when clatter. Loud, sharp, like glass breaking. I jolted up, breath catching, and saw my brushes rolling across the floor, spinning in slow, deliberate arcs. I stumbled to my feet, whispered, "Who's there?" Like something would answer. Like I wanted it to. The room went dead silent after that, too silent. The kind of quiet that presses on your eardrums, alive and waiting. I didn't move. Just watched those brushes settle, one by one, all pointing toward the trapdoor like arrows. The tapping got worse after that. Louder, more insistent. Every night, under that trapdoor, this rhythm. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Like a heartbeat, steady and relentless. I'd sit there, staring, and sometimes I'd see something. A shadow, not on the walls, not cast by the skylight, but pulling under the trapdoor, dark and thick, like ink leaking up through the cracks. It'd ripple, spread, then vanish when I blinked. But I saw it. I'd crawl over, press my ear to the floor, stupid, so stupid, and hear it closer. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. And once, a scrape. Slow, wet, like something dragging itself across a damp surface. I yanked back, hard in my throat, and swore I saw the boards flex, just a little, like something pushed from below. I tried to keep going. Kept painting, kept pacing, kept pretending I wasn't cracking. But then the sketches changed. I'd wake up, well, not wake up, just come to after staring at the ceiling for hours and find my drawings different. Lines I didn't draw, eyes I didn't sketch, staring out from the corners of the page, big, wet, unblinking. One morning, I found a canvas I'd left blank, now smeared with red, crude, jagged strokes forming a face. My face, but wrong, mouth stretched wide, eyes hollowed out. I tore it up, threw it in the trash, but my hands wouldn't stop shaking. That night, the tapping turned to banging, sharp, angry thuds that rattled the floor. I yelled, "Stop it!" Voice breaking, raw, but it only got louder, faster, like it was mocking me. I started hearing whispers. Not from the trapdoor, at first. From the walls. Soft, garbled, like voices trapped in the plaster. My name over and over. Mara. Mara. In a tone I knew too well. My own voice, that looked wet, like it was drowning. I'd press my hands to my ears, pace the room, but it followed me, slithering through the beams, curling around me. One night, I caught my reflection in the skylight, distorted, pale, and for a split second, it wasn't me. The eyes were too big, the mouth too wide. I blinked, and it was gone. But I felt it. Felt her. I couldn't ignore it anymore. Started digging online, anything to explain it. Found scraps about the building, old forms, faded articles. It was a boarding house in the 20s, a place people didn't leave. Tenants vanished, no trace, no bodies, just empty beds and locked doors. One post talked about a doorway to nowhere in the attic. Said it was sealed after a girl disappeared right out of her room. They found her sketches, dozens of them, her own face, twisted, screaming, like she'd seen something that broke her. The guy wrote, They nailed it shut, but it didn't stop. It never stops. I tried to laugh, tried to tell myself it was nonsense. But that night, I couldn't sleep, couldn't breathe. It was 3 weeks, and when it got unbearable, I'd been painting, hands trembling, smearing crimson across the canvas, trying to block out the whisperers. I stepped back, and the trapdoor was wet. Dark streaks glistened around the edges, red and thick, pulling on the floor like spilled paint. I grabbed a rag, wiped it. Had to be paint, right? But it smeared under my fingers, wrung, sticky, with this sharp, metallic reek. Blood. It was blood. I gagged, dropped the rag, and that's when I heard it. Not tapping, not banging, but scratching. Slow, deliberate, like nails carving through rot. It grew louder, sharper, the boards trembling under my feet. I screamed, "Stop it. Please, stop it," voice cracking, desperate, but it didn't. It laughed. Soft, high, like my own giggle, but twisted, gurgling, like it came from underwater. I couldn't take it. Had to know what was down there, what was doing this to me. I grabbed a crowbar, some rusted thing I'd found in a corner, and went for the trapdoor. The nails shrieked as I pried them up, with splintering under my hands, my arms shaking so hard I could barely grip. The scratching matched me, frenzied now, clung up from below like it was racing me. I tore the last board free, and there was nothing. Just a hole, black, endless, a void that sucked the light dry. My breath came in gasps as I held my phone over it, flashlight shaking. The beam sliced through the dark, and I saw. God, I saw. Her. Me. My face, staring up from the pit. Skin like wax, stretched tight over bone, eyes bulging, wet and unblinking, locked on mine. Just like the drawing. Me, it opened, stretched wide, wider than human. A silent scream lined with teeth that weren't teeth but jagged, broken shards glinting in the light. Her neck twisted, snapped, with a wet crunch, like something jerked it from below. And those eyes, they knew me. They hated me. I dropped the phone, heard it clatter into the dark, and fell back, choking on my own screams. The room spun, the air turned to ice, burning my lungs. Then the whispering started, my voice, but not mine. Mara, Mara, Mara. Over and over, rising from the hole, thick and red, like it was climbing up. I grabbed the boards, slammed them down, nailed them shut with bloody, splintered hands. The whispering grew louder, angrier. Mara, don't leave me. But I kept hammering, sobbing, till the trapdoor was sealed. I left the next day. Abandoned everything, my paints, my sketches, my mind. Couldn't go back. Couldn't face her. Thought it was over. It wasn't. She's with me now. Every mirror, every reflection, it's her. Those eyes, that scream, staring back. I boarded up the trapdoor, but she's not trapped. Last night, I woke up to scratches on my floor, deep, fresh, like claws had dragged through the wood. And this morning, I found a sketch on my table. One I didn't draw. My face, her face, smiling, with those eyes, and a single word scratched beneath it, soon. She's looking back now. I don't know why I told you this. Maybe I just needed it out before it's too late. Look around you tonight, your floors, your mirrors, your shadows. If you see something move, if you hear a tap, run. Leave a comment if you felt hurt too. Anything that won't let you sleep. Subscribe if you dare, but don't wait. Check your house now. She's closer than you think. Don't leave me.